Hi there, Magic players. Barry White for MagicUntapped.com and Magic Untapped here on YouTube. As you can see here on screen, I am visited by Tiago and Nuno from Arcane Tinman. Now, you might know Arcane Tinman by their line of Dragon Shield peripherals from Magic the Gathering and other trading card games. It makes some of the best card sleeves, in my humble opinion, that you can get for your decks, but they also have a really amazing MTG app for iPhone and Android devices, and that's what we're here to talk about. Tiago, Nuno, how are the two of you doing today?
Yeah, fine, perfect. We are from Portugal and the weather is nice, so everything is nice.
And what can you
Yeah,
tell
a
me
pleasure to
about
be here, Barry.
and what can you tell me about this app, Tiago? We'll start with you. Just for people who don't know this exists, I mean, what's the little nice nutshell elevator pitch you can tell them about the Dragon Shield MTG app?
Do you want me to start from the beginning? It's going to be a
Start
long
from the
story.
beginning.
Okay, get ready. So basically, this started like 9 years ago when I was in college. Because I was taking a lecture about detecting people by their faces, and I just thought, why not use this technology to detect the magic cards? At the time, I was selling and buying a lot of cards, and I saw that a technology like that will help me a lot on the marketplaces because I was selling like thousands of cards. It was like a pain to put the cards on sale. So I started a little project while in college. I did a little prototype. And when I finished college, I had the opportunity to present the idea to a company, and they liked it. So I started working for the company, but on the project. We launched the MVP version, like, let's put the scanner out. If people like this, people loved it, they wanted more, they wanted to manage their collections. Okay, let's create a new app with like a in-app purchase to see if people want to use something and pay for something like this. We launched it. We saw the numbers coming in. And then at the time, okay, we have a business here. Let's create a startup. And that's where Big AR launched. And by the way, you started by saying that we have an MTG app. We have also a Pokemon app, a Yu-Gi-Oh app, and a Flesh and Blood app.
It's really diversified since day one, hasn't it?
Yes, exactly. And so the startup was created. We started hiring more people. That's when we hired Nuno and more guys, of course. And 3 years later, we were acquired by a team / Dragon Shield. And the idea is really to absorb the project idea and rebrand everything that we did already. So all the apps are named after Dragon Shield. So Dragon Shield MTG Scanner, Dragon Shield Pokemon Scanner, and so on. And we expanded a lot. We grew from a team when we were sold from 4 people, and we are already like 18 people working on the project. So, and we are of course developing a lot of stuff. Recently, we launched the social aspect of the app. So before you just had like your cards in your own app, but now you can use the app to see your friends' cards, which is awesome.
Kind of like going through their trade binders digitally.
Exactly. And we have more ideas on into the social aspects of it. This week we launched something which is articles and news, so you can use the app to see articles and news related to the game you love. And the pipeline of stuff to develop is like endless. Like, it's going to be feature after feature. So get ready.
You know, anything you want to add on to that little history piece?
Yeah, that was great. I've been at the company for 6 years now, 3 at Arcane Tinman / Dragon Shield. We also developed Dragon Riders, which is the B2C loyalty program for the web shop that we have. We launched the Flesh and Blood app. We haven't yet launched one app for Lorcana, but we are considering it maybe for the future, who knows. But yeah, we are completely Dragon Shield now, and it's just amazing to work at a company that creates a product that customers love and treasure so much. So it has been fantastic.
Now, Nuno, you mentioned the Dragon Riders loyalty program. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, basically, right now we are rebuilding the program because we just launched a new web shop, but it's a program that gives you points for being a Dragon Shield customer. So if you buy products on our web shop, let's say a pack of sleeves, or we also have achievements on the app that you can complete by doing certain actions, and you get points that we call Dragon Dust, and then you can spend those points to get rewards, basically.
And what kind of
That's how it
rewards are we talking about? Like in-app things, virtual things, or physical things?
Yeah. As I said, the program is being rebuilt at the moment. Before we had merchandise, we have exclusive sleeves, a bottle for Dragon Shield, a cap, but now we're adding many more products. So customers want products they can already buy. So they want sleeves, they want playmats, they want boxes. Some also want merchandise, but not so much. So we're pretty much building it again and adding a lot of new rewards to the program.
Now let's talk about the app itself. I mean, how does it work? I mean, I've used it. I do use it quite often when I go to my local game shops here in and around Northern California. But how really does it work? You know, I grab a card, I scan it, and it just kind of shows up on my screen with pricing and variants, and can even do AR translation if I have a non-English card. How does it work?
So basically, it's no secret at all. So basically, we use the image of the card as like the distinguish between all others. Like for Magic, there are like 60,000 different cards. So 60,000 different images, and the app is able to distinguish which image is on the card and tell you what card it is.
But the scanner pretty much works to make players' life easier, because if you are, like you were saying, if you have a Japanese card, you're playing a commander game, you don't really want to take your cell phone, search for the card name. So you just take it, scan the card, you immediately know. The AR feature that we have, basically what it does is it recognizes the card and it puts the English version on top. So you don't actually even have to scan it. You just put the AR feature and you can see any card in any language in English. We actually had great feedback from judges, Magic judges that were doing tournaments abroad and actually used the app to be able to see what the cards did.
Yeah.
The AR feature is at the moment only on iOS, and we want to add it to Android. So I assume you're an Android, iOS user, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but the augmented reality feature is something that we want to do more stuff, actually. We have done a few ideas before where you can actually see the card in English, but what if you could also see the price of the cards? Or if you could see, we animated some of the cards where if you put it with AR, you could actually see the cards coming to life with really cool animations. Another thing would be, imagine if you had, one of the things that happens when you're buying sleeves is that you're not exactly sure what the color of the sleeve is. So sometimes it's hard to understand what exactly the color is. With AR, we actually developed a prototype for this. Thiago, maybe you can share it afterwards. But you can actually point the camera to the back of any card, select the sleeves you want, and see the sleeve in the card without actually buying it. So
almost like a test drive of the sleeve, a virtual test drive.
In terms of AR, exactly. Just to add, it's basically, if you can divide augmented reality in two phases. The first phase of it is to detect the object where you want to put another object on it. And like Nuno said, what we do is the first part is we detect which card it is, and then the second part we put another card on top of it. It's not another card, it's the card in English. That's why you can get the translation, and it's not like Google Lens where you can maybe sometimes put funny words. No, it's the real English card on top of any other language you detect. Currently only in English, but if we wanted, we could put a German card on top of it, or a Chinese version of the card on top of it. So again, the limit is where we want to go with it.
The scanner and the augmented reality is not the only thing the app does. One thing I use it for a lot is for trading, for balanced trades and whatnot. It's a lot easier than just trying to do mental math. And you're like, oh, how much was that card? I don't remember. We have to go look it up again. I like how you have your person A, person B, you have the columns, you can compare and contrast. What was the decision to add that feature to this app, which, by the way, is a free app?
It is a free app. You can use everything for free. We have a subscription where it takes out the ads, and you can access historical data. So, for example, for you scan a card, you can see the price it is today, but you need to be a premium user if you want to see what is the price like yesterday, 1 week ago. But for the day, you can check it. So that's one thing. The reason answering the question about the trade helper, it's like I told you, we are 4 people, right? And now we are 18 people working on this, and everyone is a gamer. Like all of us play TCGs. Most of it's Magic the Gathering, but all of us play TCGs. And so basically we use the app ourselves. Like this is the best tool for us. And basically we develop what we need into the app. And funny enough, it's what everyone needs. So it's just the best of 2 worlds.
Can I just add something on that to what Tiago said? The trading feature you mentioned, we actually want to bring it to the next level with social, because if you have your wish list on the app and your friends also have their wish and trade list, we can actually match them automatically and propose the best trade between them. So this would be the next version of the trade feature as well.
That's almost like AI trading.
Almost.
Almost.
What we also want to do in terms of like trading is like, okay, you have a card that you are looking for, so search in all your friends if they have the cards. So basically, app will tell you, hey, or if you have a list, let's say you want to build a deck, you input the deck into the app and then tell the app, hey, tell me which friends have this card, and then you can ask your friends either to sell you the card, borrow the cards, or you just want to have some cards to the next tournament and you don't have them, maybe ask the app, hey, do a friend of mine has this app to lend me the card for the weekend? The app can tell you. So in summary, what we are speaking here is what everyone already does, right? Everyone does. But what you need to do, you need to send a message to a friend. Do you have this card? And then you send another message to another friend. So basically, we are taking the pain out of the players. We want the players to enjoy playing the game and focus on the playing, and we take out the rest. As the digital part, we take out all of your managing and all of that turn off stats. In terms of Dragon Shield, our containment, the products, the sleeves, we protect your cards. So our motto is we sell sleeves to protect your cards physically, and then we also protect your cards digitally.
Okay. Now, for anybody who is like, this seems cool, I might want this app. What could you tell these people to be like, no, really, if you play Magic or Pokemon or Flesh and Blood, you need this app. What do you want to tell those people who are on the fence?
I can start. Sorry, do you want to go, Tiago?
No, it's try the scanner, see how fast it is, how accurate it is, and you will be amazed. Try the augmented reality and you will be amazed again. It's the haha factor. You just need to download the app and test it yourself, and then you will understand why everyone is talking about the app, and you will understand the power that you now have in your hands. Create an account, search for your friends, and in the palm of your hand, you can access all the 20,000, 100,000 cards your friend has, in the palm of your hand. You don't need to go from binder to binder, with kilograms of binders and searching. We are just taking the pain out of the game. So if you really want to have fun on the game, just download the app.
Nuno, I just wanted to add that, we are all TCG gamers, and we have hundreds, thousands of cards, and these cards are worth a lot of money, and they go up and down in value every day. It is, I would say, literally impossible to track this without a tool. If you can use Excel sheet, I would not recommend that. And what we get from customers and what they say is, thanks to your app, I found out that I had $1,000 worth of cards, $5,000 worth of cards. So people actually have a lot of value that they don't know, and we bring that to the user without them having to actually find out when cards go up or down in value. So we find the little treasures that you have, and sometimes not so little, in your collection.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for joining me here on Magic Untapped. I know you guys are many hours ahead of me here in the west coast of the U.S. You guys being out there in Portugal. But again, thank you so much for joining me, Tiago and Nuno. And for those of you watching, hop on your app store on your iPhone or Android device and go ahead and take a look for the Dragon Shield MTG Scanner app. Or if you play Flesh and Blood, if you play Pokemon, any of those, go ahead and take a look for them. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find out. Thank you very much for joining us.